Go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk. Actually, today we're doing a weighted debate, and I'm joined today by Pilar Lutsky and Brandon Santo, two of the very best personal trainers that I know in this industry. How are you guys doing today?
Wonderful.
Great. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you for coming on. So today, guys, we want to do a little bit of a weighted debate. I wanted to get you guys on because there's a few topics I want to talk about. I wanted your opinion on these topics, and we can have different opinions. That's fine too. But there's some things that are going on in the industry right now, and I thought, bringing on two of the experts, I'd like their opinions, and yeah. So let's just start. So first one was going to be our first topic today was should trainers look the part? Should they look strong, fit, and healthy? Pilar, I'm going to go to you on this one first. What do you think?
Some people might find this, but I think it's a very controversial question because you should inspire someone, right? If I'm going to be looking for a trainer, I want to look at the trainer and see like, oh my gosh, I want to look like that person, or that person is so strong, is always competing, is always running, or it's inspiring me to be better, okay? But I do think that they should look apart, but fitness and strength can be deceiving. You might find, I remember when I was running marathons, I'll be just running thinking that I was super fit, and maybe somebody who looked not so fit and overweight will pass me, just running in front of me. I'd be like, what? So it's very deceiving, but I think you should look fit, you should look strong, you should dress the part. I'm not gonna go to the gym training in jeans, but you should always look your best and try to inspire people to do their best. So you are definitely a role model to whoever you're going to be training. So the answer is yes, I think so.
Hey, Brandon, what about you? Do you think trainers should look the part?
I like a lot what she said there. I agree with a good chunk of that. She said to look fit, strong, and healthy. I mean, for the inspiration part, I do agree with that. But I mean, I think what's most important here is your actions speak harder and better than how you look. In terms of, I think you can be strong, healthy, and fit. I think that's what's most important, is that you practice what you preach and you practice your part. So I mean, as long as because again, it's another loophole, it's another tunnel here. But I mean, obesity and fatness, it's a complicated topic, and it's more complicated than just eat less and move more. I think what matters here is your actions. Your actions speak louder than how you look for the most part. And when you think about, when she got into about running there, I mean, you think about the different niches out there. You take a powerlifting trainer, a powerlifting coach, okay? One of the best powerlifters around have quite a bit more mass than, say, a figure skater. They're not cut like figure skaters. They're not cut like boxers. They're doing their part and they're practicing their part. Let's go to Olympic weightlifting. Some of them look cut, some of them look, have a little bit more body mass, but they're really good at what they do. Transfer that to a soccer coach. They probably look like soccer players because soccer is very, very demanding aerobically and anaerobically. So, I mean, you have to consider the niches as well. So what matters most is your actions, what you represent, what you sell, and how you train people. Ultimately, that's what really matters. But obviously, perception is reality, which is what Pilar was getting into. Obviously, you don't want to be sitting in your office eating donuts and smoking a cigarette.
No.
Like, you can dress the part, so wear athletic gear. Absolutely, wear athletic gear. Wear good shoe, good Nike gear. I mean, look the part, look athletic in that sense. But I mean, when it comes to weight, that's a little bit more complicated than what people realize. Again, it's more than just eat less and move more. It's not as easy as what people think, and that's why I pride myself in a nutrition coach. There's a lot more to it than that, but I mean, I like what she said, and I think actions speak most when it comes to that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I want to ask you though, Pilar, I'm going to go back to you for a second. Would you yourself hire a personal trainer that was overweight if you were a client?
I don't think so.
Okay. Brandon?
Honest, I don't think so, because I'm looking at a trainer, like Brandon was saying, what is that trainer doing? More likely, they're not eating their best, they're not living their best lives, because it's going to reflect on their image, fortunately or unfortunately, right? That trainer might be very knowledgeable, it might be very, very kind and loving, but unfortunately, the first things that you see are going to impact your decisions, right?
Right.
I have a lot of coaches for my kids that are gymnastics that they might not look the fittest, but they're great coaches. They're amazing coaches with the kids. So it goes back to like, okay, can she do a backflip? I don't think so. She looks, a little bit on the heavier, is a heavier set girl.
Sure. Yeah.
But she's a great coach.
Okay.
So first impressions are very deceiving, but for first reaction, I would say, no, I don't think I would.
Yeah. And, you talk about coaching kids, the people we coach, most of us work with adults. And for myself, I can speak for myself personally. Most people who come to work with me, they want to build muscle, they want to lose fat. So it's primarily aesthetics that's getting them in the door. Yes, health is definitely a component, but aesthetics, for me anyway, that's why they're coming to see me. Brandon, what about you? Would you hire a coach that was overweight?
Well, you guys nailed it on the head there. Perception is reality, first impressions count. And we've been talking about niches. I think all three of those aspects come into play here. Now, would I hire a coach to lose weight if that coach is overweight? No, that's probably not his niche. He's probably, I'm just hoping that hopefully he's a coach somewhere else. Would I hire an overweight coach to train me in powerlifting? Yes, if his credentials count, absolutely.
Yeah.
It depends on what your goal is. It's goal orientated, and the onus is on the client to do their research and to make sure you have a performance goal in mind. So if I want to become a better boxer, look for a boxing coach, and their boxing will be reflective in the body that they possess. So to answer your question right off the bat, no. I would go to somebody who probably looks the part and lose weight through that coach. But that coach is probably somewhere, probably good at something else, probably really good at periodizing, or maybe very good with football athletes. You don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you both. I think knowledge and experience, myself personally, again, I would go over just looking at a physique. I know a lot of bodybuilders who've got great physiques, but they are terrible trainers.
Exactly.
They couldn't tell you the difference from a dumbbell curl to a dumbbell press. So you don't always judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Okay, so next topic, cell phones in the gym. You guys think, and let me just give you a little bit more range of this. So I don't just mean sitting there talking on your phone. I mean, trainers and clients filming their workouts. Brandon, I'm going to go to you on this. Cell phones in the gym. You for it or are you against it?
I don't think it's quite binary as it used to be, but I don't really like cell phones in the gym. For one thing, clients are paying you good money, and cell phones are a bit of a distraction. In this day and age, in the 21st century, we are so geared towards technology and getting news quickly delivered to you. It is so easy to communicate now with your bosses, with colleagues, through phone, through chat, through anything. I think that 1 hour, I think you can set aside 1 hour and put that cell phone away because it is a distraction. For me as a trainer, I take pride in what I do because I'm very detail oriented. A phone is distracting. My job is to control the environment in such a way where all my attention is to that client. Now, would I use a cell phone in a sense if they can't get a deadlift properly or a snatch properly, and they need to break it down, they need me to break it down for them, and they want to take a look at it? Yes, I would film with my phone or their phone. The phone does have a use in that range, but it's totally work specific. So cell phones in that sense, yes, but chances are I'm not even carrying it on the floor, so I'll probably use their phone. And I would know well in advance if I'm going to be filming a client. Okay. Besides that, you can afford 1 hour without those distractions, but that's just my opinion.
Okay. And Pilar, cell phones in the gym, for or against?
You had great points. I think it should be up to the trainer's, discretion. But like you said, I'm going to be training a client. I'm with my client. I'm talking. I'm making notes, and I'm focused on what my client is doing. And that's it. More likely, my phone will be on vibrate. And I always let my clients know if I have to answer my phone is because the kid's school is calling. That's the only reason why I usually always keep my phone with me. But not for me, keep doing fine, Maria. You're doing great. Oh, did you see that? No. It's it's not for personal use, but like you said, we can film some exercises and stuff. So I will say, yes, allowed, but you have to be a responsible trainer and just not being on the phone when you're training. Your full attention should be with your client. And your client should not be on the phone either. So think that should go both ways.
Well, Pilar, what do you think about trainers filming their clients and then posting it on Instagram or Facebook and using it to promote their own services? What's your view on that?
I think it's great. I think
Okay.
you have to, I do it, okay? I like that question because it's a very, you're using that as a tool to show people what you're doing as a trainer, what type of training you're doing, your style of training, the type of people that you're training. So you're using that to let people know what you're doing, okay? A lot of the times people don't really, if they go on your website, they read and everything, but they want to know more, right? So they can actually go on, oh, let me see, she's training this, she's doing that. Oh, that's pretty cool what she's making to her client. And she might say, no, that's too much for me. It gives them a little bit of a sense of what your training style might be.
Okay.
So I do use it. I use it to celebrate my clients and say, look, she wasn't able to do box gyms 2 months ago. There she is.
Okay.
This is what we did today. So yes, I do use it.
Okay. Brandon, same question. Clients and trainers. Should trainers be using the cell phones in the gym to promote their services filming clients?
If they have permission from their clients, again, it depends on, sorry?
Of course, permission. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paparazzi over here.
If they have if they have permission from their clients and they know in advance they're going to be filmed, and it's about client rapport, right? If the client really likes what you do and you're going to get some golden nuggets from your client, and this is the way to promote it, I have nothing against it at all. I know a lot of trainers who've been really successful and they've done it that way. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Do I personally do it? No, just because I find a cell phone really distracting. Maybe down the road, maybe that's going to be the way to do it now, because a lot of us are in this new normal where we're trying to get clients and trying to get back into some sort of regularity here. I haven't done it in the past. I've done really well through word of mouth. People have different ways of showcasing themselves and through advertisement. Social media is free advertising. You couldn't get that 20, 25 years ago. So I have nothing against it, absolutely. But as long as the client knows well in advance, and again, you wouldn't do that with a brand new client. You'd probably do it with a client you've been with in a while, and what Pilar said, with regards to she's the client has made a lot of progress in the last few months. So if you want to make that contrast in your post on social media, that's really, really important to do for your business, and I'm all up for that. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, those are both great answers. I'm going to give my opinion on this. For myself, again, I'm not a big fan of filming clients in the gym. And one of the reasons is, for me, I like Brandon. I find it very distracting. Two, I find a lot of my clients who come to the gym, that's their hour, and they want it. It's almost like it's their time with me, and they want my undivided attention, whether it's a private training or even a small group class training. They like that one-on-one attention. And, some people, they don't want other people to know that they're at the gym. And I always feel like, well, if I ask them, maybe they'll say yes, but maybe they really don't want me to film them, but they feel like, well, Nick's asking, so as a favor, I'm going to do it for him. I personally don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable when I'm filming them in the gym. So maybe that's just for me. And, I find it very distracting. So I don't really use it as a tool to market my services. What we'll typically do is we'll do annual photo shoots with clients, and we'll get them to come in, and everything. It's a staged workout. And then, in response to that, what we'll usually do is we'll give them a free workout themselves just for participating, or a credit on their package just for helping us promote our services. So I don't really do it myself, but, I again, what works for each trainer, right? And like Brandon said, this could be the way of the future. Social media is free advertising. So if it works for you and your clients are on board, I know some people actually love it. But for me, I'm not a big fan of it. I want to also ask you both this: when you're both training, and I'm sure you've both witnessed this before. You want a bench, you want a squat rack, you want something, and someone's in there texting or tweeting or whatever on their phone. Do you get annoyed with cell phones being used in the gym in that capacity, Pilar?
I can care less. To tell you the truth, I'm there with my thing, my music, my whatever I might be doing. It really doesn't. What other people are doing at the gym, I just love it how people are just like one set, another set, on the phone. Now, I'm in and out. I have 45 minutes. I need to get going. No.
Okay, so exactly. So let's say you want that squat rack, and I'm in there right now. Say I'm working out with Brandon, and we're both doing our sets, and we're on our phones in between. Do you get annoyed with that?
I'll ask you to put it.
Yeah. Yeah. Brandon, what about you?
Yeah, I know. I mean, it depends on the context, but yeah, I mean, I would say boot it too. I mean, like you have only 45 minutes to work out. The cell phone's probably not fitness related. You're probably texting a buddy. You're probably looking at photos of muscular people online or whatever. But I mean, that again, that can wait. You got to be, and it's about courtesy as well. I mean, somebody's waiting to use the squat rack and you're there and you're tweeting, you're texting or whatever. I mean, you can do that in the change room. If it's that important, you can step aside and let other people use that spot. I mean, gyms get kind of, I mean, they're not crowded now, but I mean, they can get kind of crowded on a regular basis when things are back to normal. Absolutely. It's about being courteous. And I mean, if you're going to keep the phone on the floor, I mean, that's one thing, that's fine, but make sure you're out of people's way. I mean, if it's that important that you text your girlfriend about how much you're lifting, go to the bathroom and do that. Don't do it on the gym floor.
I agree. And that's funny that you say that too, because a lot of times I've called people on that and I said, what are you doing? And they're like, well, don't you rest between sets? And I say, there's a difference between resting between sets and staring at a blank space, getting ready for your next set, as opposed to cruising through Instagram, because that phone can get very distracting and that 1 minute rest period can turn into 5 minutes very quickly. So I guess we're all on yes and no on cell phone usage. It does have its the goods and the bads, I guess, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, guys, next topic. Now, since COVID-19's hit, I know you've both seen this. There's a lot of free workouts being advertised on Zoom, Instagram, all these social media platforms by unlicensed, uncertified trainers. All three of us are licensed and certified. Not only that, all three of us have been doing this for over a decade. What's your stance on people offering free workouts? Do you think it devalues us as trainers, our service? Brandon, I'm going to go to you on this first.
Absolutely. It does devalue what personal trainers and strength coaches like myself, what we represent and what we do. I take value in what we as strength and conditioning professionals do. It wasn't easy to get a certification, and we've worked hard at it. And I think our results speak for themselves. And when somebody, especially, I mean, it's one thing to offer free workouts in a pandemic, but you're licensed and you're certified and you're good at what you do. I believe in giving. I've done that during this time. I think it will pay off in the long run. We need to make money down the road. It's not sustainable, but I do believe in times of discomfort, if you're licensed and certified, absolutely give away free workouts if you want to. But if you're unlicensed, you shouldn't be giving away stuff for free, nor should you be doing it for money. You're unlicensed. You don't have a certificate. You're not allowed to do that. And it's a shame. That's the downside to social media, is that you have so much access to everything. The good stuff, the bad stuff, and everything in between. So, I mean, why would I go to somebody, I don't care if they've been working out and they've been training clients for 20 years, why would I pay that person $200 if I can get a workout off Zoom for free from somebody who's, it does put us down a little bit. And it's one of the more annoying things that bugs me about this industry, because like I said, I really take pride in what I do. And if you want to do well in this industry, it isn't that easy. But I mean, when it comes to doing a slam dunk workout, just because you're really good at your own workouts and you sell it on, or you're not even sell it, but you give it away for free on social platforms, even though you're not supposed to, it's about integrity as well. Like, why would you do that? I just, anyways, to answer your question, no, I don't like it at all. And it does bug me, and it shouldn't be allowed. And hopefully there's more regulating on that.
Well, Brandon, I just want to piggyback on that. You mentioned that you yourself are offering free workouts. Now, as someone, I mean, with your stature and your credentials, offering free workouts, are you just doing that during COVID-19? What's the reason for that?
Exactly. For COVID-19, in a regular circumstance, I would not do that. Free workouts, no, I really value in what I do, so I charge accordingly. The only time I give away a free workout if it's your first time in here and you were referred by a client, first workout, or if a client refers me another person, I reciprocate and give a free workout that way. But that's it. I charge what I think I deserve. But I mean, COVID-19, we've never experienced that in our lives. It's a different scenario altogether. But during regular times, absolutely, and going forward, absolutely, I'm going to charge what I'm worth. And again, some people want to charge what they're worth during this time. I have nothing against that. It's just a method that that I just thought I thought I would try during this time because we've never experienced it before.
Yeah, no, and it could very well work well for you. I mean, you have a very high client retention rate, so I'm not going to argue with you on it. I just wanted to know why you were doing it. Pilar, same question.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. It
Yeah.
bugs me.
It does. Okay.
It bugs me just for the same reasons that that Brandon was saying. Like, we've been in industry for many, many years. It's not an easy industry to stay alive. You need to keep up to date with certifications, with novelty and exercises and things that are up to date, different classes, styles, nutrition, you name it. Prenatal training, postnatal trainer, rehab knee, back injury. There's so many things that we have to expand our knowledge on, which is no cheap. We have to pay for that. We have to pay for insurance, we have to pay for certifications, we have to pay for website. The list goes on for when, you know, anybody out there can just say, yeah, do 5 sets here, 5 sets here, 5 days, more squats, more burpees, more squats, more burpees, because that's what a lot of people are prescribing. If you look at it, a lot of other, body weight exercises. What is, I think is going to be interesting is that in 2 months from now, those people that started following that person with the free exercises, they're going to still be looking the same. Yeah. Are they going to be fitter? No. Are they going to be in a little bit of a better shape because they haven't been seated on the couch? Yes, and that's great. I really encourage people to move and do something, go for a walk, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever you can in these situations. But free workouts from people that are unlicensed are not safe, okay? If something were to happen to you at home and you don't really know what happened and you herniated a disc, if something happens to you in one of my classes, I'm responsible. I will make sure that you get the care of physio that you need, acupuncture. I will follow up with you. I will create a program to help you in rehab. I will work together with your physio. It comes a long way. Have I been doing free workouts during COVID? Yes, I have. And I always share my personal workouts because people are always curious of like, oh, what do you do? So that's what I do. I share my personal workouts of what I've been doing, what I did, what I'm going to do tomorrow, the reps, the weight. And that's my way of giving people free training. They're more than welcome to follow what I'm doing. It might not be the same weights and reps and things like that, but it gives them an idea. And like Brandon was saying, it comes a long way for people that a lot of the time, they lost a job. They don't really have that financial security to actually continue paying a trainer, which I'm sure, both of you guys have noticed that, some clients left and some are standby. And now that things are starting to reopen, things are starting to come back. And I even lower some of my sessions for Zoom classes and stuff. And I really recognize how, having me in person is a little bit different than having me on Zoom. So I did lower some of my rates to try to help my clients and show them my support. They're not making as much money. I need to make a living. So I think it goes both ways to help them, and they will support you. And, I was very, very impressed, for example, with my clients that a lot of people were not asking for refunds and things like that.
Right.
People were very supportive and knowing that things are going to continue. Oops, sorry, guys. Being supportive of the situation, and I kept checking up on my clients and see how they were doing and offer different free things and options and variety, guys.
Yeah.
That's what, I think it comes a long way in these times of need. And if you're there and you're watching this, please Google that person, check if they have certifications. There's way that we can find out. Ask them.
Yeah.
What certifications do you have? Are you a personal trainer? Are you a BCRPA? Are you a ACE? What are you? What is your certifications? And they should be able to give you some names out there, and you'll be able to Google if that certification is real or not. And ask them to show you their certificate.
I agree. I think it's so important. I just want to add to that too, because I want to mention, we have to pay for education. We have to constantly go for continuing education credits. We have to pay for that out of our own pocket. For online training, I actually had to pay another additional fee just to offer that, so I'm insured for online training. A lot of these people are not even insured to be doing online training. And so I don't have any clients that, at least I don't know about any clients that are doing any of these free workouts, but I have had other trainers tell me, oh, my so-and-so client has left me to go do these free 5 p.m. workouts at group classes with this person who's a real estate agent. I'm like, well, they're so, it does bother me. But Brandon, does it bother you more? Do you get more irritated with the client, or would you get more irritated with the person advertising that service?
The person advertising that service.
Yes.
I mean, the clients don't have enough knowledge. I mean, that's why they're looking for an expert in this. I mean, and they're triggered and they're inspired and motivated for a change. But I mean, whatever the certain circumstances for them, money, they're gonna take the easy well. They're gonna look for somebody convenient who's nearby and who doesn't charge a lot. So I think the onus is on the professional. I think a lot of professionals know exactly what they're doing. There's no room for that. So I mean, if the professional is doing that, and if their expertise is not in strength and conditioning, and they're selling that or whatever, they're taking advantage. They're prey upon those people, those clients who are in desperate need of change. I mean, there's a reason people look. They have good intentions on wanting to change, whether that's motivated by improving health, improving looks, for performance, or maybe all three. I give clients the benefit of the doubt on that usually. And yeah, I know usually people are purposely doing that. And again, I see that a lot in training and personal training, and it does bug me. And I forgot to mention about all the education part. I mean, what I've been doing during this pandemic, besides teaching up, doing a little bit of work, is keeping up on the latest strength and conditioning research. I've read my recertification for my strength and conditioning specialist certification. That's really important, and it comes right out of our pocket. And a lot of our certifications are American.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a really good trainer, it's actually not that easy. No. To be a trainer, an average trainer, or a trainer who just does it just for or whatever. I mean, yeah, you can do that. It won't be hard. But I mean, to stand out and actually last in this industry, you got to do your work, and that you get to invest time, money, effort, and you got to pay your dues. You got to be in here a long time. So yeah, to answer, hopefully that answers your question. It does bug me.
Yeah, and I want to add to what you just said too, is that I take my health and fitness seriously. I would feel much more comfortable, especially someone, at my age now, working with someone like Pilar or yourself over, the Instagram model or the Instagram star down the street, who doesn't have license or certification and doesn't know anything. They may just look good. So, you do get what you pay for. And, it's really nice to hear that you guys are actually offering discounted and free workouts to your clients. I think that's actually good business sense, especially during a time like this when people are losing their jobs, but, and people are low on funds. I think that's great. But when I hear of these unlicensed and untrained professionals, Pilar, you and I were talking about this the other day, it's a joke. And so I kind of actually blame not just the person advertising, but I also blame the client, because shame on you. I do. I'm like, what would you cheap out on that for? This is your health and your fitness. I mean, work with a professional.
But that just goes to show you they just want to, I don't know.
Don't cheap out.
They don't really care that much. They just want to, I'm working out. Yeah, but you look exactly the same way that you looked 6 years ago. You're not working out.
Yeah, I get it. Guys, final topic of the day, COVID-19 and gyms. I want your opinion on, gyms are starting to reopen, but if you both could give your own tip to a gym owner right now and say, okay, how should you go about opening the gyms? A few tips. What would you say? Pilar, start with you.
My honest opinion?
Yeah.
Listen, I think just thinking of how, sorry, something came in my mic. There you go. It's really, my husband actually just got a message from his gym of how they were going to do things and stuff. Some of the things that they're saying is that you have to reserve your time. You have to clean your own equipment. They are taking they're taking the measures, the steps to actually keep people safe. But I don't know. I personally don't think that gyms should open.
Okay.
This comes from somebody who has their own gym at home and is very, is very lucky on the position that I'm at. But how are you going to control every, let's see a Steve Nash, for example, a big gym like that. How are you going to control after 9, hour and a half? Okay, everybody who go here 7:30, you got to go.
Yeah.
It's going to be, how are you going to rely? I don't like relying on other people for my safety, in the sense that you have to rely for every person to clean and wipe, and then you're going to be having to go there and wiping. And you don't have gloves and there's sprays everywhere. I think you're going to be spending more time spraying and cleaning, and I don't think I will enjoy my workout, to tell you the truth.
Right.
Be kind of like, oh, when you go to the grocery store, you're like, oh, hi.
Yeah.
This is just this awkward situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it goes the same with like opening the schools. I think we should give it a little bit of a break, and like things to kind of like, I don't know. It's a tough one because I do understand that they need to make some money and they have rent to pay. I personally don't think they should, but if they should, I think there should be some serious measures, steps, things in place to put on that. I would not even know where to start.
Yeah.
But I guess for them, having 4 clients or 5 clients at a time in the gym is better than having no one.
Right.
But they should not expect for people to pay the same fees that they were doing before.
Sure.
Where I could go to the gym every day of the week from 9 to 11 versus now that I'm going to have to see, oh, what if that time is not available for me? Oh, and then I can go on Wednesday. I think it's going to, a lot of people are going to encounter some difficult decisions to make.
I agree with you on that, because you mentioned Steve Nash, which is a huge commercial gym here in Vancouver, British Columbia, and they recently filed for bankruptcy. But if they do make through COVID-19 and they reopen, restructure, I think gyms like that, Anytime Fitness, Gold gyms, they're going to have difficulty reopening because it's very hard to police who's coming in and out of your door. But I want to move to Brandon here for a second, because Brandon works out of a private training studio that is only for personal trainers and their clients. It's very similar to what I run. Brandon, is it easier for a smaller studio like the one that you work at to manage that? Like, where do you stand on gyms reopening during COVID?
Yes, easier. Yes, not easy, but easier. Where I stand on that, I'm a bit surprised that gyms are reopening in phase 2. I thought it was going to be phase 3. That doesn't mean I think they should open in phase 3. People need to make money. If gyms can reopen safely, by all means, open in phase 2. So I have no problem with that. In terms of how they should reopen, they should have their best interest should be with the safety of clients and trainers. They're not going to make this, what Pilar just said, they're not going to make the same amount of money as they did back in December. They have to cope with that. So safety first. Yes, limiting the number of people in the gym, proper cleaning equipment, and you're going to have a controlled environment like a personal training studio. That's first and foremost the safety. And also, though, credit gyms for reopening quickly because they want to restore customer confidence in the gym, because sometimes gyms get the rep that it's unsanitary in there, and it can be, but at the same time they can step it up and they can reopen during this hard time. So I think what gyms need to do is restore that confidence in clients. So they need to reopen, and whether it's just having 4 clients in the gym, what Pilar just said, 4 is better than none, but that way it restores those 4 customers who come in, they're like, oh, it's safe in here. That 4 will lead to 8, and that'll lead to 16.
Yeah. So
yes, safety first, and then in terms of, just to make sure that it's for optics as well. One thing businesses should do is post on their website, these are the new procedures. They should email every client, these are the new procedures, have new waivers in place, make sure every client and every trainer in the gym is aware of the new procedures and that they follow it accordingly, and that they've been in touch with their health officials. So yeah, my opinion.
I agree with that. And I run a similar business to what you run is out of a private studio. And that's one thing, is that I want my clients to feel very assured and confident coming back to our studio to train with us. At the same time, I'm not going to lie to my clients and say the gym is the safest place to be in the world, because that would be a lie. We're going to do everything we can to keep the gym as clean as possible. Can we practice social distancing? Probably not. I'm a guy who likes to touch my clients. I need to touch and feel. So if someone emails me and say, hey, Nick, I want to come back. Can we keep 6 feet the distance? I'm going to have to say, no, I can't do that. I want my clients to feel confident coming back, but at the same time, I'm not willing to lie to them and say, oh yeah, we're good. Everything's clean. There's no way you're going to get COVID-19 in this gym, because that's a lie. Nobody knows that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's going to be interesting to see how all the gyms handle this right now, especially, you talk from a commercial standpoint versus a private studio. And I think everyone's going to just kind of have to just go through it and just tread lightly and see what happens.
I think the key right now is taking your training outside. That's what I'm doing with most of my clients.
Okay.
I reduced amount of group classes.
Yeah.
So I used to, have 6 to 8 people, and now I'm going for 4. And I'm actually giving each person a square with caution tape. That's your square, and that's where you need to stay. And we're going to be doing it at parks. I'm lucky that my gym here at home is it's a very open space. It's got like a lot of air circulation.
Yeah.
So, but there'll be sanitation between clients, and, scatter sessions, and, do what we can.
I was about to say that too. That's exactly what I'm trying to do too, is pivot to outdoor for a bit, few faces, open spaces. That's what we've been told.
Yes.
Outdoors is way better. You can control the environment a lot better. It's a lot harder to get for the place to get overcrowded. There's better circulation outside, and Vancouver is sunny almost every day in the summer. Why not take advantage of that? Tread conservatively, tread slowly, open up gyms methodically, carefully,
Yes.
and don't rush into it. Safety first, but yeah, I like what Pilar does. That's good. Pilar does.
I think there's going to be a few millionaires coming out of COVID-19 because someone's going to come up with some creative ideas for gyms. Someone's going to come up with something, and it's whoever that is. That person's going to be the next, guaranteed. Could be someone on this show right now. So I like to hear what other trainers have, because you guys got great ideas, right? I'm kind of like just feeling it out right now. I don't really know. No one knows. So it's good to talk to people who are in the industry and say, hey, what do you think? What do you think? And I'm glad to hear what you both think. Guys, I want to thank you both for coming on. This was our first weighted debate, and we didn't really have much to debate about. I think we're all on the same page for a lot of these topics. But, I'd love to get you guys back on again for another weighted debate. And, once the gyms do reopen, that'd be a great time to do it and see, a few weeks from now, and see how everyone's handled it. So if I could,
that'd be awesome to check in and see how's everybody, are we able to keep the safety, like we promised.
Well, and that's why I wanted to get you both on. You guys are both great trainers. I've known you for a long time, and you've both been in this industry for well over a decade. So you're experienced, and you're knowledgeable, and you're certified, and you're educated, which is all important to me.
Here's a question for you guys. Yeah. Would you guys be wearing masks or no masks?
Brandon?
I'm with Nick in that I can't really do my job properly if I have to adhere to 6 feet. So, but we need to adhere to the rules. So if a client needs me to touch them, I might either have to say no, or we have to wear PPE. So I would wear a mask in that regard. Right now I'm treading water slowly. I'm not too sure if I'm prepared to answer that question yet, but I mean, if 6 feet is quote unquote impossible to adhere to, then masks will be needed. Yeah,
I agree.
For now.
I personally have not been wearing a mask, but if that means that's going to get my business running again, I'm all for it. For me, I'm like, you know what? If that's going to get clients in the door, I'll wear the mask. Give me the mask. But will it make me feel comfortable? Probably not. But if it's something I have to get used to, I can live with it. Okay. But I'm going to have to let you guys go because we are out of time. So, Pilar, before I let you go, where do you stand on that?
I will be wearing shields.
Oh, okay.
And shields, because I also work with moms and kids.
Oh, so, right. Okay. Yeah.
And, I wanna keep my family safe, and I wanna keep everybody safe. I don't know if I'm one of those people that is asymptomatic.
No, that makes a lot more sense.
I think that's my point. And luckily for me, I don't have to touch my clients too much.
Right.
I'm very good I usually demo my clients what they should be doing. So I'm always showing them what they should be doing. So that's going to be my tool. I'll be touching them with
Awesome. Guys, I want to get you both back on in a few weeks once gyms reopen, and we'll have a few more topics to talk about. But for now, I'm going to let you both go. I want to thank you both for spending this time with me this afternoon. And this episode should be going up Tuesday evening. Something to look forward to.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks for having us. Nice to see you, Brandon.
Nice seeing you too, Pilar.
You guys have a great day.
Bye.
Stay safe.
You
Stay
too.
safe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.